Hi everyone, I'm back with another All State video. My name is Dr. Darville. I teach at EKU violin and viola, and today I would like to talk to you about the F minor. If you watch my previous video, you will realize that I use personally the Carl Flesch scale system. You don't have to. I'm not saying that you have to learn Carl Flesch. Every teacher has their own preference, so if your teacher is making you do some other scale, that's totally fine. It's just that if you're watching the video, the fingerings and the bowing advice that I'm gonna give you will be based on Carl Flesch, just as a disclaimer. Doesn't mean that if you don't do Carl Flesch, you're gonna burn in hell. It's not gonna happen. Relax. Right, so what I will do will show you what my fingerings and my bowing advice would be, what tempo I would take if I were auditioning for All State, which would be kind of weird because I'm older than you guys, but why not? So take the advice if you would like. If you say I have my own system, you don't know what you're talking about, I will not get offended. That's fine with me. So let's dive in. For the F minor, it's just gonna be like C major. It's gonna start with a second finger on G string. And everybody, I think, is freaking out about this F minor because they're like, oh my god, this F, it's gonna go so high, and it's also minor, that's insane. But some of you did All State last year, and it was F major, right? You don't need to freak out, you already did this. It's the same register, it's just a minor scale. I will still do the 3 note slurs. For now, I will keep my metronome, Carl, I will give him a rest a little bit so that we can do it slowly. I will try to talk at the same time while I'm playing to tell you where to shift. And sometimes I forget about that and I just keep playing because the scales are so beautiful. I forget and I just think, oh my god, what a beautiful pitch. But I will try to keep that in mind. But if I can't, please, bear with me. I had a long day, I taught all day, and now I'm doing this, but I do this because I love it. So, if Carl Flesch, based on Carl Flesch scale system, it will start with a second finger in 5th position on G string, and we will keep going from there. Just like in C major, the shifts that I will do will be first on A string, 2 more shifts on E string. On the way back, the pattern will be 4-3-2, 3-2-1, 3-2-1, staying on A string, and then the final shift is to a second finger. So, unlike, oh my god, this shoulder rest is one day going to kill me. So unlike the major scale, all our shifts on the way down on the descending scale are not on E string. There is going to be 2 shifts on E string, 1 more additional shift on A string. Before I keep talking and forgetting about things, let's play the F minor slowly once. I'm not going to talk for the first time so you can hear the pitches. And then we will go over couple of things. So first I found the F, right, my second finger on G string, 5th position. I'm relaxed, I'm not freaking out because I'm going to go up so high. Everything is going to be fine. 3 most important things: intonation, tone quality, rhythm. You have those, you have a good scale. Very slowly. Again, like I said with the C major video, vibrato, some people just go on overly vibrate the scales. I mean, I wouldn't do it. Why would you? Because you want to show off that you can shift, you want to show the jurors that you have clean shifts, good intonation, good tone, and good rhythm. Nobody is interested in your beautiful, gorgeous vibrato. If you want to vibrate the last note, please, be my guest, go for it. I wouldn't do the other ones, focus more on everything else. So don't try to vibrate and get away with some slightly bad intonation and compensating it with vibrato. Don't do that. Show them that you have this pure, beautiful tone. Since we are doing it in the 5th position and going only higher, I would recommend you to play it on the closer to the bridge, not on the bridge, obviously that would be a metallic sound, but close to the bridge, maybe I'm bad at inches because I'm coming from the metric system, but I think this is about an inch. About an inch below the bridge is where you're gonna get this nice, clean, pure sound in the higher positions. Where do I shift? Let's go over that. I start again. You're gonna say, oh my god, 5th position. Yes, 5th position. I start in 5th position and I will walk you through my shifts. So, business as usual, I will keep going. Shift. Shift. Shift again. Stay. 4, 3, 2, shift, 3, 2, 1. Shift, 3, 2, 1. Stay. Shift to 2nd finger. I hope that all came out clearly on the microphone. That's what I'm hoping for. If not, we will go over this again, or let me know. I can send you the music with the fingerings on. Now I will try the same thing that I did with C major. I will play 3 notes and I will ask you to please play the next 3 notes. So I'm gonna play the 3 notes, you're gonna imitate the same thing. I'm gonna play the next 3 notes, you're gonna imitate the same thing. So you can have those 3 notes, the pitches in your ear while you're imitating it. You can put your phone, if you're on the phone or on the computer, to the speaker so you can hear it clearly. I will do it as slow as possible so that you have enough time to go. And I will, if I remember, still tell you when I'm shifting. Okay, let's go, get ready. 1, 2, 3. Shift. Shift. Shift again. Shift. Shift again. Okay, hopefully that was helpful. If you slow it down with the metronome to it will help. This is just a recommendation. 3 notes I play, 3 notes you play, so the pitches are in your ear. Everything is great. So again, with the scale, my optimal tempo, last year they said 80. 80 is a great tempo. The question is, are you going to do 80 to each note, which you can, or are you going to do 80 to a quarter note and play it all in triplets? If you do a good scale with good intonation and tone, if you do it a little bit slower, you can get away with it. If it's fast and completely messy, nobody will be excited about it. So if you say, I want to keep it slow and make it really clean, be my guest. It's a great idea. If you do it at 80, 1 click per note, this is how it's going to sound like. Again, I'm keeping the 3-note pattern. Right. Again, I would recommend you to start slow and build it up. So my favorite tempo is at 60. You can do this very easily at 60. If you want to slow it way down, please do that. Whatever is the comfortable tempo for you to play in the beginning, but have some tempo in mind. So this is 60. Right, you can do that and then build it up with 5-click or 2-click increments. Totally up to you and how much time you have. What I would recommend, again, is my recommendation. You don't have to do it. That's what I would do. Is make it a little bit faster. I use 80 as my quarter note and I do it in triplets. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, or triplet, 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 triplet. And then you can show them that you can keep a good intonation, good tone while you're playing fast, which is a great thing to do. And at 80, I think I would do 12 note slurs. So let's give it a try. 2, ready, go. It's a good, nice scale. It's not too fast, but it's not too slow either. You can show them that you can shift and keep a fast pace and don't freak out and keep a good tone. So a little bit faster, not super slow, but not too fast that your fingers are getting all messed up and you cannot sustain a good tone. So 80, I do 80 to a quarter note and I do the scale interpolus. That would be my advice. The second advice that I would like to give you is when you go up, when you get higher and higher, I realize with my own students too, it's a big problem. They're trying to go higher, but their elbow is staying underneath the instrument. So they can't possibly go as high as they want. Their fingers are trying to reach for it. It's almost as if like you're trying to grab onto this cliff while you're trying to save your life and somebody is pushing you. It's that kind of feeling that I get when they do that. So why would you do that? Make your life harder for yourself. Make sure when you're getting higher, you're bringing your elbow out around the instrument. And some people, for some reason, are afraid of sitting on top of the instrument. If you have smaller hands, there's nothing wrong with that, right? You can keep your thumb again with the neck. Don't lift your thumb and put it on the side because then you need to pick it up and put it back again. I call it bad business. It's just you're doing something unnecessary and you're wasting time doing that. So make sure your thumb is in contact with the neck. And if you need to feel the stretch, that's a great stretch anyways. So feel the stretch, just make sure you're not hurting yourself. And if you can't reach, I have long fingers so I can reach without being on top of the instrument. If you can't, if you need to come on top of the instrument, that is perfectly okay. As long as you're in tune, your fingers are not looking like they're trying to reach for their dear life. You want to find this nice, comfortable position to play in the higher strings. And I think the problem why people freak out about playing in the higher positions is the whole reason is right there. They are not placing their elbow in the right place for the first time. So I will show you the wrong ways. And there are many wrong ways. So this is just one of them. So if I'm trying to go, you'll see, look at my fingers. I'm out of tune. I'm trying to reach just, oh my god, it's terrible, right? I feel terrible. I can't do anything. The only neat thing I need to do is bring this elbow up. And if I need to sit on top of the violin, I'm totally fine with that. So don't do something that is, first of all, hurting you physically. Second of all, if unnecessary. Don't try to grab onto the fingerboard with the tip of your fingers and with flat fingers. If you see your fingers getting flatter and flatter, there must be something wrong with your elbow or your wrist. Either you're pushing your wrist away or your elbow is, oh great, my shoulder has died again. The elbow is pushing down. Two things, either your wrist is not right or your elbow is not right. If both of them are right, you're gonna be fine. You want to keep things as straight as possible. I know obviously it's not gonna be super straight when you're in the higher position. There's no way, right? But as straight as possible, so I'm not looking like this. This is a bad position. It's gonna make you play out of tune. It's gonna hurt your fingers, and it means that you have tension right here. And a lot of kids have tension right there because they are so afraid to bring their elbow up and around the instrument and sitting on top of the instrument. Don't be afraid of that. Always tall fingers. I shouldn't say tall, but straight. Tall, curved fingers, let's call that. Tall and curved fingers. Not flat and reaching out. I was gonna say something else. Bear with me. I think that was actually about it. I think that's about it. So, if you have any questions again, please don't be afraid to write to me. I am not an intimidating person. I will gladly answer your questions. And don't freak out, calm down. Oh, I remembered. Okay, so I was gonna say, don't be afraid to play in the higher positions. we have an instrument that has no frets. So I never understood why it should be different for the player psychologically to play in the first position where there is no frets and there's no point of reference, or the 10th or 12th or 11th position where, again, there is no point of reference, right? So it's a psychological block that we have. We just play on the first and third positions a lot, and then we think, oh, it's just so much easier. It's not. It's equally hard. Whatever position that you play in is the same amount of hard. It's just that it's a position that we are not used to, and there's a lot more tension on the strings when you're up there. So we just say, okay, my fingers are not strong enough, and I'm freaking out because it's so high. Again, no frets, nothing, right? So why would it be harder to play up here, except for a little bit more tension on the strings, than here? So don't freak out about the F minor. If you do it slowly and bring it from a slower tempo to a higher tempo with a good tone and good intonation, you're gonna be fine. Let me know if you have any questions. I will see you with the second excerpt video next week. Bye.